All right, I think we are ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everybody here. And just so you know, if you've never joined us before, you can always leave comments in the chat box that I think is on the right side of the screen, or just say hello, let me know what you think of the pieces, whatever. It's always a fun time. I missed last week, so thanks for joining me today. Let's see, what else can I say? My mind's a little crazy today from being gone for a week, but I'm excited to be back. So let's see. Louie is here. Hello, Louie. Good to see you. Okay, so just a brief thing. If you've never joined me before, I'm going to be sight reading music for the next hour. I do this a lot for myself, but I decided to let others sit in and to kind of see my thought process as I go, as I sight read. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it's a little hairy, but it's always fun, and I really enjoy discovering new music. The first piece today is a piece that is by Pauline or Teese, and it was arranged by Battman, who I have no idea anything about him, aside from the fact that it looks like he wrote tons and tons, or did tons and tons of arrangements. I need to see if he wrote things actually by him, composed himself as well. This is Charmant. I think it translates to the charming oracle. I don't know much more about it other than that. It's in C major, which of course I love. I do see some accidentals in here. It's 3/8. What else can I say? The left hand is very much an accompanimental pattern and chordal. So I'm going to be reading them as chords. We turn the page. We've got a couple cadenza-like passages. So I'm kind of looking to see if I can make sense of them. This first one is just like a turn, and then a note with way too many ledger lines. C, E, G, A goes up to an A. So I'm going to cheat and write that in. Goes down the scale, then another turny thing up to a D. So I kind of look for the landing notes too. Ends on G, turny thing up to G, or up to E. Then it looks like we've got a new section in G major that has lots of 16th notes. It's all pretty much stepwise motion, almost all. Lots of octave up. So especially in this more figurated stuff, I'm really looking for the shape, not necessarily all the individual notes. I in particular look at the first and the last notes. But aside from that, I'm kind of just looking at it visually. That's pretty much it. I don't think, it does go back to C major here. And it is 8VA right there. So, a lot of patterns in this one. So, let's give it a go. Choosing tempo. 16th note is really the fastest note. And it's allegretto. I'm going to try to be brave and do that tempo. So, one. great first piece to start with. Quite straightforward, and that was quite a lot of fun, and it was a pretty gentle way to get my brain in gear. Woo. My eyes are still, I don't know, they get so dry, but always a fun challenge. All right, next piece is by a composer who I have not heard of before, which is partly why I'm doing it. This is one I chose. This is the Melody in A flat by Mary Bowden. It's her opus 6, so I don't know. I think she actually, I did see quite a few works in IMSLP available by her. So if we like it, it would be good to see what she also has. Oh dear, I'm seeing all these flats all of a sudden. Okay, ooh, and that's not very well written. There's an E flat written next to an F. I don't think that works, but anyway, this should be interesting. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 measures of introduction. Looks like we're in A flat major. Then the melody starts in the 5th bar. Melody's in the right hand. You've got a not very busy left hand accompaniment. It gets a little busier as you go on. Looks like starting on the 2nd page, right hand still has the melody. Okay, then the 3rd page, it's marked scherzando. Now, ooh, and it changes into 5 flats, so D flat major, and there's this a little bit awkwardness, a lot of motion in the right and the left hand, but it looks like the D flat runs pretty much throughout. So that means I'm going to pay more attention to what's going on in the chords in the middle of the piano. So if I just know, go down to D flat, I can concentrate on the chords. And it goes back to the original melody. The ending has a lot of arpeggiated stuff. Doesn't look too bad. Fastest note value is essentially 16th notes. Couple quintuples, but that's not too significant. Most important thing, I think, is this melody, finding a tempo for the melody where it's going to be melodic and lyric, and then when the left hand goes into 16ths, it's not going to feel too frantic. So that's what it's going to be. A lot of times if you just play a little clip like that, it can really help you hone in on a tempo, at least for me. All right, I don't know about this these first chords. Let's see. So E flat is always in the bass. I think it's just, I don't know why she wrote it that way. All right, I'm gonna kind of make it up. You're supposed to have the left hand cross over in this arpeggiated thing. Too complicated. I'm gonna simplify. 1, 2, 3. interesting. That was again by Mary Bowden. I think I saw that she's an Australian composer, or was an Australian composer. I found that quite sweet. A really good sight reading piece to do, actually, because it's so straightforward, has lots of repetition, and that type of thing. The middle section might be a little tricky, but it would be good to practice leaving things out, certainly. So there's that one. All right, the next piece that was requested by Louis is a set of, what are they? Oh, Humoresques by Padarewski. So I don't know if I've played much of his works before, so this will be interesting. The first one, Louis requested the first and second ones, so we'll definitely try to do those. Then we'll see what time we have. First one is a minuet, G major, 3/4, obviously, because it's a minuet. We do have a repeat, which is always helpful. Looks like a lot of turns, grace notes, so if those happen, great. If they don't, okay. All right, so at the beginning, quite straightforward accompaniment in the left hand. You turn the page, the left hand all of a sudden has an 8th note line, and it's pretty patterned. It's mostly stepwise, but there's a few skips, so I'm just kind of finding those right now, because that can really mess you up if you don't find the few skips in a passage that's very stepwise. That can throw you off. You end up in the wrong place. Anyway, then we've got some scalar material on the right hand. And what I'm going to do is primarily just notice that each measure starts on D. And then you've got this cadenza. Today's cadenza day. But as I look, it's actually a pattern that repeats. So I don't know. I'll try to keep that in mind. And then on the bottom, just a G major arpeggio. There's a repeat there. I probably won't take it unless I really bomb. Okay, then it goes back to left hand, doing the rump, chunk, chunk, rump. Then, okay, here we get a trill in the right hand, with the left hand going up here to do a melodic thing. It goes back to the first material, cadenza. Then we've got a coda with triplets. And there's a skip. So we'll just see what happens there. I'm going to try to focus on the first note of each triplet to keep me on track. Then at the very end, you got a G major arpeggio going up. It's supposed to be in sixths between the hands. That's not going to happen. Just saying. Okay. One. Terrible. better. There we go. Not that bad to read except for those little tricky bits. So that's fun. I like that. The next movement is a sarabande, which I love sarabandes. I don't know if Louis remembers that. So I'm very eager to do this one. D major. Oh, excuse me. I think it's going to be B minor from the looks of it. Lento. Yay. Nothing too unusual. Here there's a hand crossing thing. Not really. And then here we have a little turn or mordant. I think this looks very straightforward actually. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. This actually doesn't look very sarabandish to me. We'll find out. 2, 3. Okay, I really, really loved that. I kind of want to play it again. Okay, maybe at the end I'll play it again. I don't know. That was really, really, really gorgeous. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing the next one, which is a caprice, or the burlesque, which is the fourth one. Oh, these are all really hard. So I'm glad that the first two are more doable. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna be done with that one for now. But I love that. I think that second movement is just to die for. So that would make a great encore, I think. Maybe it's a little long, but. All right, I decided, I've had a really long week and it's kind of a crazy time right now with work and everything. So I decided I really want to read Mozart's sonatas, ones that I've not heard or played. So we're going to start with the D major sonata. Oh, I think I said the B flat first, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to start with B flat major, which is K281. And I partly chose this one as a challenge to myself because this is one that, like, it's largely 30-second notes and it's playing with my mind in terms of counting it. And it looks really scary, but it's okay. We can do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this might be really scary. All right, B flat major. So we have lots of different note values. We've got 30-second notes, eighth notes, of course, and triplet 16th notes. So I think basically the idea is the 30-second notes are going to feel like what we typically feel 16ths as. Oh my gosh! Hello, Matt. A friend of mine is watching. This is very exciting. Anyway, okay. So yeah, this is like a counting nightmare, but I think what I tend to do with pieces like this is I make sure before I start I have this baseline. And then I make sure and I also have what I'm going to be focusing on rhythmically. So instead of quarter notes, I'm going to think eighth notes because there's only 2 beats per measure. Anyway, it's complicated. And then aside from that, I try to get into the groove as much as possible and then let go of being obsessed and freaked out by all the beams. So that's going to be my approach. Okay, I don't know. I should probably make sure I'm not missing something. I probably am. So triplets are going to be yada da 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 da. never heard this one. It's quite charming, and the rhythm wasn't quite as hard as I thought, except for one spot where I knew like there was quite a big rest, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna come in right, and I didn't. So I just kind of noodled around until I got to the next downbeat. But not bad. All right, the second movement is Andante Amoroso. It's in 3/8. Again, this is another one that for me looks a little bit iffy on the rhythmic side of it. I don't think it's too bad. Only 2 pages. And this one is in E flat major. Okay. Looking for anything I should be wary of. The left hand is gonna go up in treble clef a little bit. No biggie. Does it down here too. Yeah, there's really only one rhythm that seems to be like catching my eye. So not too bad. 1, 2, 3. I really liked that movement too. Yeah, really beautiful and quite straightforward. Yet there were some interesting harmonic things that I would love to go back and revisit. I can't find where it is now, but there's some interesting twists in there. Ah, here it is. Let's see. It's not that crazy, really, but at least on the fly, it felt a little bit crazy. Okay, third movements. I oftentimes don't do third movements because they tend to be trickier. So dare I do it? Let's see, it's 140. I don't know. I think I dare do it. I may crash. I may burn. That's okay. Let's see. It's into, at least it's a rondo, so some of it will come back. Pat's probably a little too fast. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. 1, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. I mean, there were spots that were not so much fun, but in general, I thought that was great fun. I had to laugh a couple times, and when I got to the last statement of the main theme, I was like much slower than I was supposed to be. So that was why I was especially kind of giggling at that point. um, okay, I want to go ahead. Let's see, what time is it? 1:46. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and now read the other one I have chosen, which is the D major, which I also don't know at all. So they should be fun. Oh, interesting. Okay. D major. So we're in a very, very majory mode today. I think because of time, I'm just going to read. So D major. Lots of 16th notes. So let's have fun. Oh, I think I've heard this one at least. So I have that going for me. I'm just going to go for it. 3, 4. probably took that way too fast for my purposes today. I think that went okay, and that's quite fun. Very orchestral. All right, the next movement is called the rondo in Polonaise form, or maybe it's a Polonaise in rondo form. Not quite sure. A major. Oh my gosh, that looks wild in here. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Okay, this looks a little unique. We'll see. 2, 3. we're gonna do the last movement. Who's there? Natalie! Hi, Natalie. Good to see you. All right, I have 2 minutes. I'll probably end up going over a little bit, but that's okay. Here we go. This is the last movement. I'm not even gonna look, oh, I lied. I'm gonna look ahead, but we're just gonna go and see what happens. Very confusing. Whatever. we're getting there. Okay, well, that was a fun challenge. Very interesting sonata. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry for going over a little bit, but all for the sake of Mozart. I want to thank Matt for joining us, and Louie and Natalie. It was good to see everybody here. So hopefully I'll be back next Sunday with more goodness. So if you do have any requests, by all means, do let me know. All right. I'm going to try to stop this without messing it up.